Hello and welcome to my second vlog. Right, so in the first vlog, obviously finished up doing the food deliveries, the government food deliveries. So that was last Friday. And this week, I would say, is my first week proper back on the Courier Exchange, back on the CX. So what I mean by back on the CX, the food delivery job is something I picked up off the Courier Exchange, but then it was a rolling thing, Monday to Friday for 6 weeks. So I wasn't on the CX looking for jobs every morning. Whereas this week, that's exactly what I'm doing. So I say week, but I didn't actually start on Monday. I had Monday, Tuesday off because I've been working. I haven't had a day off in ages. I had so much stuff to sort. Needed a rest, so I started yesterday, Wednesday, on the CX. Managed to get a job booked in on a Tuesday night. Only thing was, it didn't start until pickup wasn't until 10:30, which wasn't ideal in the morning, so that ended up being a late day. So yeah, obviously live in the West Midlands, picked up a job, picking up at 10:30 in Lichfield. It's only a small van job, so it was a 70 quid job up to D-side, Shotton by Chester way. And then I sat around there for a while, and it took me quite a while to get the second job. So I moved down the M56 towards Warrington, parked up in the services, and then I was almost thinking, right, I'm not looking good here, I might be camping out here on like a £70 day. Luckily a job popped up in Manchester, short wheelbase down to Cardiff, 200-mile job. Bit of a trek to get there, but yeah, quoted to 150, rang him up, so going to get a response. He says, what about 140? So I said, yeah, meet in the middle, so 145 down to here, down to Cardiff. So it ended up being a reasonable day. So that was my first day back on a CX for 2 jobs, okay money. Expenses a bit higher than I hoped because I had a few dead miles in there getting to the pickups. Spent the night last night in Cardiff. I'm actually Welsh, originally from North Wales. Been the second time I've ever been to Cardiff in my life, even though I'm Welsh. Spent the night yesterday in the van. Wasn't too bad. Only my second time ever sleeping in the van. Airbed. Only thing I was parked on a slight slope, so I kept sliding off the airbed, which wasn't ideal. So this is one of the big bonuses, if you like, or one of the main appeals, apart from obviously earning a living, of sort of being on a Courier Exchange and tramping. So at the moment I'm in Cardiff Bay, so just behind me by all the industrial estates and the commercial part of it. So I'll change the camera angle and show you the view now. So I'm just sat here waiting on the shoreline. Obviously I hope we get a job soon. About 5 jobs have pinged up in Bristol, but it's about 45 minutes to an hour away. It's too far away really to pick them up. Even if I did get some, it's probably, a lot of dead miles getting there, would affect the rate. So I'm really hoping something picks up in Cardiff, Newport. I think Swansea might be a bit of a stretch, but yeah, just sat on the shoreline. Have a look at this. Not a bad spot to wait for your next job. I'm just waiting for my next job. It's just Bristol Channel, Severn Estuary, Cardiff Bay is just round that corner. So you got all the industrial estates there. Isn't that nice? Sat on a rock, sea lapping at my feet. Not quite at my feet, but sounds nice. Behind me, some big industrial works. I think it's a water treatment place, but doesn't smell, so that's all right. Hello. So now it's now Friday morning. So I left it yesterday. I was perched on a rock, overlooking the Severn Estuary in Cardiff docks, waiting for a job to hopefully come through. As it turned out, yesterday was quite a challenging day really. It didn't really take much money, and when I did pick up jobs it was pretty fraught, so I didn't get a chance to film again during the rest of the day. So I sat there. I did actually bid for a job, a few jobs did eventually ping up in Cardiff, but small van jobs. Quoted on one, the shipper actually phoned me, and it was a 200-mile job to Peterborough, from about a few miles, maybe 5-10 miles down the road from where I was in Cardiff. So I quoted him 130, I think 65p a mile. Bear in mind I'm in a short wheelbase, can't really go much lower than that. He rang me up and he said, what about 120? I said to him, like I said to the guy the previous day who tried to knock me down, meet in the middle, 125, but no, he didn't want to pay that. And then he said, oh yeah, I'll give you a ring back if need be. And then I noticed straight after the job had gone, so I'm guessing he'd had somebody bid, probably while I was on the phone to him, offering him less, and took that, which is fair enough. So then still wasn't much pinging up in Cardiff. There's still loads of jobs in Bristol, so I decided to head down the M4, park up on the services on the M4, so I was within like half an hour of Bristol, central Bristol, and then I could still go on back to Cardiff if the right job turned up. And as it happened, as soon as I parked up in the service station, bid on a job from Bristol. Again, it was a small van job, from Bristol to Glastonbury. It wasn't far, like 45 miles. I think I bid him 35 quid. Got the job, so picked that up. Massive DHL warehouse down to Glastonbury. And when I got to Glastonbury, something I don't normally do, which I think is bad practice, is I bid on my next job before I'd finished tipping my current job. But I was like within a mile of the postcode or something. And as it happens, I thought, you know, I'm in Glastonbury. There's not many jobs going to kind of turn up in Glastonbury. Bid on it. Sure enough, they rang me straight away and gave me the job. But then I struggled to find out my tipping place for the job I had on board, so that made it a bit stressful. But eventually got it tipped. It turned out to be a building site where they're building new houses around the corner. The address was totally wrong, really. Managed to get it sorted. Got to the pickup for the next one about half hour late, which wasn't ideal because it was picking up from the actual courier company's own premises. So I rang them first, said sorry I'm delayed. They were okay about it. Then I had 2 drops in off that job, one in Poole and the other one sort of just north of Southampton. That was a 73 quid I think I quoted on that one. On the first job they gave me an extra £5 because of all the faffing round. So I came in at 40 for the first job, 73 for the next job, 113 quid for the day. I haven't worked out my miles, but I did a lot of dead miles. Wasn't a very good day yesterday earnings. And then end of the day, I planned to tramp out, and it wasn't all that late after my last tip. It was about 6 o'clock, but it was quite a warm day, and I was hot and sweaty and sticky, and really needed a shower. So I jumped onto booking.com app and got myself a cheap hotel for 30 quid for the night, which on yesterday's taken I really shouldn't have done, but sometimes you just got to do it, you know. That's the one thing about tramping, staying out, it's hard to keep clean, you know, and stayed in a cheap hotel in Southampton and got a good night's sleep, so feeling a lot more positive now. It's about 20 to 9, no jobs are actually pinged up. I logged on at 8 in Southampton, no jobs pinged up, but hopefully someone's going to pick up soon. Ping up, being a Friday, I need to head back to the West Midlands, so I'm not really in go anywhere mode anymore. So I need to, you can't really go south from Southampton, so really I want to be heading north, closer to home, closer to the Midlands. And that's the update so far, so hopefully a good job comes through. I can earn some good money today, make up for yesterday, and it being a 3-day week for me. Alright, more later. Hello again. So last time I left it, it was the Friday morning. I was waiting to get my first job at Southampton. It's actually Saturday now, Saturday afternoon. Luckily, shortly after filming that, I got a first job of the day. Southampton to Uxbridge, so Heathrow area. Easiest job we'll ever do is 10 boxes. Took 5 minutes to pick up. Straight down the motorway to Heathrow area. It's like an international shipper. Probably getting air freighted out of Heathrow. And again, drop was like 5 minutes. Easiest job I'll ever do. Is like real straightforward. And then I was obviously straight back on the CX trying to find my next job. And then I was in London, so like near Heathrow, so I was pretty confident of getting a job out of there, and it was quite good to see actually, because yeah, it was just jobs pinging up all the time, you know. It was like trying to keep up with the jobs that are coming up, to be honest, and seeing which ones I could quote on and sort out my price. And he's reminded me of before lockdown up in Birmingham, where in the mornings you'd sometimes struggle to keep up with bidding for the jobs. So it's good to see. I picked up a job pretty much straight away, which made me think I'd quoted too cheaply for this job. Short wheelbase job from Hounslow, so just down the road, up to Tewkesbury. Pickup for that one was a complete farce. It was like they seem to be loading and unloading vehicles on the road rather than on the yard of their own premises, and there was trucks coming past. That was quite a nice job in the end. Picked it up to go cross country from Oxford through Chipping Norton, Stow on the Wall, beautiful countryside. Right through Middle England, dropped in Tewkesbury at a nurseries. There were live plants. That paid alright, I think. Yes, that was quite a nice job. So the morning job to Uxbridge, that was 50 quid, and I got 75 for the other one to Tewkesbury. And then obviously I landed in Tewkesbury area. It was about 3 o'clock. So I wasn't all that far from home then, really, because I live in the West Midlands. And then I actually did a Amazon Flex block from their Droitwich depot. So I'm going to do a separate video about working Amazon Flex. So it was kind of on my way home, did what they call a 3.5 hour block. It took me about 2 hours, and that was 49 quid, which put me on 174, I think, for that particular day, for the Friday. Yeah, so that was right, a much better day than the previous day, and didn't end up too far from home. So that ended my 3-day week back on the Courier Exchange full time. So just to summarise, obviously back on the CX looking for jobs all the time. That's apart from that one Amazon Flex block I did. Wednesday to Friday. Over the 3 days, I took £502, which works out at 167 a day average. These are obviously pre-VAT. I charge VAT, and I'm on the VAT flat rate scheme, so I actually might get to keep some of that VAT I charge, but I'll do another video about that in the future. So just working off the net, the pre-VAT 502, 167 a day. Drove 798 miles. That was from leaving my house to go to the first job in Lichfield on a Wednesday to getting back to my house on a Friday evening. So that was 798 miles. So including dead miles, my rate for the 3 days was 63 pence a mile. I'm in a short wheelbase van. Given the way the prices are a bit down at the moment because of COVID, and most of the jobs I did were small van jobs, and I'm in a short wheelbase. I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm hoping to get it up higher, but yeah, that's for me, that's the main reason why you go out tramping. So you're keeping your dead miles to a minimum, and you keep the overall rate up, so you earn more in a week, and you're not putting crazy miles on the van. Or you'd still put crazy miles on the van, but not as much, you know. So plan for next week is I'm going to go hit the road on Monday, take all my stuff with me, ready to tramp. I've got to do at least 2 nights in a row tramping, sleeping in the van, and not be wimping out and taking hotels, no matter how tired I am. Got to do at least 2 nights back to back in the van. So I'm going to go out Monday, stay out at least till Wednesday. Probably be back Thursday, but if it's doing really well and I'm feeling good, I might stay out till Friday. So I got my first job booked in on Monday. That's down to the southeast coast, not far from Hastings. So that's an okay job, doing a small van job. Not sure how well I'll do getting out of there, but not far from London, so hopefully it won't be too hard. Pick up job Brighton, Hastings, something like that. So that's the end of my second vlog. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've watched this far, obviously it's covering 3 days, so it's not just a day in the life. And hopefully you can see like what I kind of earned and stuff, but it's not for everyone. This, I'm not even sure it's for me, all this travelling and that, but I'm going to stick with it and see how it pans out.